prefer if it was off, because then all the teams in Washington Park complain. Thank you. Okay, winter bracket championship game. Had to get a team to shut off the boombox, and that's our rule. So here we go. Leading off Anthony Sanchez. This is the 45s versus Hex. And Anthony starts the game off with a fly ball to Al Rice in right field, and that's how the game starts.
Good start.
So this is Hex 45s.
Al, be ready.
Hex knocked the 45s into the losers bracket at the North-South tournament. We're down to 4 teams. Flashback playing money line on the other diamond, and Hex in the 45s. So we're churning along. We're a little late, as you might imagine, in this heat. We're on third base. I'm trying to sneak into a little shade from a light tower. And here's Nate Mercado, and he just throws it through a hole. We have not gotten an update on Mikey Oliver. Well, we got one, but we don't really have any news. Apparently, he's got to have an MRI tomorrow, and hopefully he'll get good news, but it looks like he's probably going to be out for the season. So again, this is the 2025 SSA Midsummer Classic and third leg of the Chicago Summer Series. Been a pretty good tournament. Flashback started playing today at 10. They've ground their way through. Moneyline knocked Signature out, and that ball is fair and goes out of play.
Right there. Fair.
So it'll be a double. So that temporarily will stop the 45s from getting on the board. But nice job there by Mastari. Hit a rocket down that left field line, just fair. And it brings up Chris Lentine. So 1 out, second and third here. Again, the winner here will play for the championship and will have to get beat twice. So this is an important game. And we're obviously not rushing anybody today because of the heat. And we'll be back hopefully for the championship game. Hopefully the equipment will be okay. Like I say, I'm trying to hide in the shade here, and because of the sun, we're on the third base side for this ball game. Again, this is Chicago's 16-inch style softball, no gloves. 99% of what we do. Lentine drills a hit. 45s jump up 2-0. Lentine chugging to second. Head first slide, and he's safe. So the 45s come out, grab an early lead, and they lead 2-0. I'm sorry, I think I gave a run there to a Hex who hasn't hit yet. That would be a pretty good trick. I'll go through some rules at the end of the half inning. So here's Jimmy Moretti now, and he slaps it. Scahill, long throw across, and he makes the play. So that's out number 1. Rob Scahill showing a lot of range. And of course, Rob played a lot of shortstop last year for Hex. Got a cannon. And hopefully we're not going to have an issue with the phone again, but it's draining fast here in the heat. So here's 45. Kevin looks like Noss. So hopefully we're going to get through this game. Little ground ball. Nick Kimmer throws across. So 45s get 2. Hex coming to bat. So we'll run through some rules for you guys. This is Chicago-style 16-inch softball. And you've seen it right, no mitts. 60-foot bases. You can lead off, but you can't steal 38 feet from the...
He needs to switch out his tablet.
Okay, go in the...
Yes.
Go in that gray bin, pull one out, unzip it, and then tell him you just got to turn it out, turn it on, and go on the Wi-Fi. Or he can take a battery. How much juice he got? So I got to take care of some stuff here. One of our scorekeepers wasn't paying attention to the battery on the tablet. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me slide by. Here, grab a battery.
Right there?
No, not there. It's in my in between right here. Can grab a battery, and Jake, go in here and grab a USB to a lightning cord, and just check the battery and make sure that you grab one. Yeah, that pocket there.
Hey, lead up here, kid. Go 3.
Dig in there, you'll find it. Okay, now slide the cover down and push the little button and make sure it's got juice.
Go, Kurt. Go, Kurt.
Really?
Come on, 3. Come on, Kurt. Come on, Kurt.
So Curtis Ostrom lines out here. There's a button right on the face of the thing, man.
Just can't see
Yeah, plug it in and make sure it's got juice, Jake. So Ostrom leads off, lines out, and that brings up, okay, we're all good there. So we'll get back to our perch. And Mark Holstein just fouled. That ball wanted to come back. Sorry about that, folks, but stuff happens, live broadcasts, hot weather. These tablets usually go a little longer before we got to swap them out, but with this heat, drains the battery. So we'll get to the rules eventually. So here's Curtis, you're killing me, please. Thank you. And there's a swing and a base hit. Holstein goes the other way.
I know it's bothering me. My bad.
No worries, thank you.
Yeah.
And again, like we tell people, sometimes your taste of music doesn't jive with the team you're playing. So here's Al Rice now, runner at first. Hex chasing 2. And Hex, a little ground ball. Israel knocks it down, and he goes to second. And he got a break that Mark doesn't run like he used to. Good communication there. I think his short center, not sure if Nate took the throw or Moretti, but they let Izzy know that he had time to go to second. And that's an example where being a lefty thrower helped him a little bit. And here's Rob Scahill. And Rob launches one, but it's down. Al Rice will get to third. And Rob Scahill hit a sinking line drive into center field. So 2 outs now, runners on the corner. And it brings up Mike Greco. So nice swing. Scale been barreling up all weekend.
Hey, tie this up. Let's go. Hey, let's go, Greg. Ain't no one better here.
So again, first game of the day for these two teams. So you can see they're both still pretty lively. And Hex looking for a big hit here.
Mark the ball.
Last time 2 strikes now. Last time they played, 45s looked like they were going to cruise along, and then Nick Casanos went nuts. Ground ball to Mercado, and they get out of the mini threat. So we're going to head to the second, 2-0 45s.
Hey, got a knee, boys. D up here, fellas. D up. Rob, wait, stay hot, dog.
And we commented 45s have not won a game yet on Sunday in a tournament. And they were a little too good to be doing that. So sooner or later, they're going to break out and start winning games on Sunday. And I think when you run the team, one of your concerns is that it starts to become a mental block. But they're out of the gate quick here with a 2-0 lead. And there's Larry Downs, proud of his little brother who hit a bomb the other night when money line, and I don't know how they're doing it with all the guys they're missing, but they're throwing up big numbers.
He just got here, Down.
Oh, he just got here, so Babe Ruth is here.
He's in right.
And that was
Got my jersey.
and So Mike Marola leading off.
Oh, Mike. There you go.
Chris Downs was never a home run hitter, but he leaned on that home run, and it got money line going the other day.
Good out, Mike.
And that ball is going to go off the screen. It's 3-2, flash and money line. I don't know who's home. Trying to see where the dot is at, but it's a long way away. So I'll try to pay attention when they change at the end of the half inning. So Mike Marola here leading off. Long way to go. And again, it's been another windy day here in the Chicagoland area. This has been the craziest summer we've had for softball. Marola takes that pitch deep. Philip Clayton pulled a hamstring earlier today, so we hope Phil's okay. But knock on wood, despite the weather, everybody's been cognizant and taking care. And Nick Casanos, and that's a nice play. That ball kind of bounced right over the base there. And Nick stayed down on it and made the play. Brings up Adam Haas. And I get a, there are guys that work certain parts of the field. Adam, right center to left center, in a pretty tight grouping. I haven't looked at his spray chart on Game Changer, but I'm surprised more teams don't use it. And there he goes to Scahill. That's not where Adam normally goes, but he hit a shot over here, and Scahill couldn't make the play.
Hey, shake it, Rob.
And there's a one-out double.
Go, yeah, right here. We're right here, fellas. We're right here.
So that's going to bring up Danny Villarreal. Now there is one out here, so he's not really looking to give himself up. Israel Sanchez on deck. And even though Signature is out of the tournament, they got a little bit of a revenge as they knocked the Fat Kids out this morning. Fat Kids knocked them out of the North-South on Saturday. And Villarreal comes through. Adam turned to make sure the line drive was through, so runners on the corner.
Yeah, let's go, fellas.
And now he is a double play candidate. And as a result of that, he's got to be very careful here. He is left-handed, but he got a lot of mileage on those tires. The 45's generally playing late on Sundays every weekend. So I got Larry Downs here. I can't really see my picture, so. And there's a strike. And we did notice earlier there's a lot of pitchers been struggling in the wind. And there's a little roller, Rory Oakrey, and a wide throw there by Nick Casanos. So that'll score the third run. Looked like it was maybe going to be a double play. Oakrey got it over there in good shape. And Casanos had Villarreal sliding hard into his legs and arm lagged a little bit. And as a result, throw was wide. It brings up Chuck Ricaldo now. So the 45s catch a little bit of a break.
Hey, you're right there, you're right there.
And we'll see if Chuck can take advantage of it and extend the inning for Anthony Sanchez. He's going to step out a little bit. So we changed a couple of things today as kind of a nod to the heat. And for your teams in the A, no glove in Schaumburg, just as a reminder, half an hour before ball games, come to the tent for the flip and get your lineup card. So here's Chuck. We suspended that rule today, and you're not making friends by doing that. It was a ball. And I think he was trying to get it back to the pitcher, but he kicked it wide. And I'm a big believer, man. When you're playing another team, don't poke the bear.
Hey, head here, Chuck. Come on. Head here, let's go.
I don't know if Anthony Sanchez said anything to him like, hey, man. Because it's a hot day. People don't want to be chasing the ball around. So today we did all the tosses on the field. And ground ball, Nick Kimmer makes the play. So we're going to head to the bottom of the second, 3-0. Yeah, Meatball is out. We're down to 4 teams. So let's get the darn rules straightened out for the newbies. 16-inch softball, we don't use gloves, 90%. I know I'm repeating some of this stuff. We use a 16-inch clincher. It's pretty firm out of the box. It maintains its consistency. 60-foot bases, you can lead off, but you can't steal. 38 from the rubber to the point of home plate, 612 on the arc. Because we're playing no glove, pitcher gets a drag step, 1 step right or left or back.
Come on, Nick.
2 fakes or hesitations. Third arm action must be to deliver the ball home. And we're going to slide into a little better shaded area. And a throw or fake to the base is one of your fakes or hesitations. And we swing heavy bats up to 38 ounces, 34 inches long, 2 1/4 on the barrel.
Come on, Nick.
No fence in the outfield. It's all you can get. Short fences both over the dugout and down the line. So we do see balls get thrown into the dugouts on occasion, and there is a weird opening even with third and first base. So on an overthrow, a ball that gets past the first baseman, it's a problem. Casanos beats it into the ground over to Mercado, and he makes the play.
Come on, Rich.
So you're up to speed on the rules.
Come on, Rich. Come on, Rich.
And just underway here. Bottom of the second, 1 out here. Richie Battistoni. And I know last year was odd. Richie, a real good offensive player. And for some reason, he was just not really playing himself as much. And I think some of the guys on the team might have told him, look, dude, you got to play more.
Come on, Rich.
And this year he's been in the lineup quite a bit, and he's been very productive.
Wait, Richie.
And there's a ball, and Nate Mercado looked like he was going to make the catch.
Stay hot, Rich.
And Nate kind of looked at his hands for a brief
Stay
second,
hot, Rich.
like he couldn't believe he didn't make the play. And that's going to bring up Rory Oakley. And of course, we talked about the little mini merger with the Sauce guys, and Rory was one of those kids. Along with Mikey Oliver, Donnie Sullivan, Nick Casanos,
Come on, Ty needs you right here. Ken needs you right here.
and Brian Sloan, the pitcher, and they fit right in.
Stay up, Roy.
So Hex now is the first team to make it to the Winter Bracket Championship in 2 tournaments. So they're having a tremendous year. And there's a little spinner, and that's going to be out of play. And again, with this wind, we'll show you this flag up here. I can't see my camera. I hope it's in the picture there. But it keeps alternating from blowing straight out to right to blowing toward the right field line. So as an outfielder, you got to check that literally every pitch, and it might change when the ball's in flight. So it's been a real tough day
Come on, Ty.
for outfielders.
Come on,
So 2 outs, 1 base runner, Nick Kimmer. And Kimmer off the pitcher, a little roller, throw by Moretti. not in time.
Hey, way to hustle, come on!
Again, we're way on the other side. We'll see if the replay wants to work in the heat or not.
Come on, confidence, leader, swing, let's go! Right now, help us out!
Get here, turn and look. Show your picture, 3-2. Hey, Kimber, you get here, start turning and looking.
And I can't even see if the replay was playing. So here's Brian Sloan, the pitcher, and he taps back to the mound. So a 2-out mini threat goes by the board. We'll head to the top of the third. Still 3-0. And again, with the wind blowing out this year, Hex has been pretty brutal in terms of they have been putting up some big numbers. So I'm not sure if 3 will be enough, but it's 3-0 here, top of the third. I think it's 4-3 down there. I just can't see the dot. So if anybody's got access to Game Changer, you can go to the SSA website, SSAsoftball.com. We got a scoreboard ribbon right on top. So if you can, somebody can just go. If I know who the home team is down there, I can keep that game updated for you guys. So top of the lineup, Anthony Sanchez having a terrific year so far. Leading off. And it's interesting. The teams that played at 10 and 11 at the beginning of the day, they come out, they're all fired up, they're jumping up and down, they're screaming. But then each game that they win, you see less and less of that. And it's awful hard. We tried something new this tournament. There's a ground ball, nice pickup by Oakley. Throw wanted to sail a little bit, but Mike Greco held the bag and made the play. So normally during this game, we usually give the teams in the loser bracket a break, but a lot of teams were saying, why aren't we playing a game? So we did that, and as it worked out, the teams that played at 10, they had to go straight through, no breaks at all. So we'll probably take a look at that and see if we want to go back to the old format. Now, if it's 75 and on the cooler side, it might not be an issue, but on weekends like this in Chicago, it can be a little hard. Now, the one good thing is we did not have a lot of humidity this weekend. I think we would have had big problems. So Nate Mercado, another flip, and Greco, that ball actually stayed in play.
Hey, 2 strikes here.
I think Mike just was a little too shallow on that and couldn't get there, but he's kind of chewing on that shirt. I think he thinks he should have had it. So here's Nate Mercado, and holy cow, brief cloud passing over, shutting the sun off for a couple of seconds.
Bring him up. Hey, you're right there, Sloan.
And Nate goes up the middle. Casanos makes the play. So Nick Casanos makes the play. Here's Jeff Mastari, hit a rocket down the left field line. Curtis Ostrom hustled over. Ball kind of jumped up on him, and he had to jump up to try to get a hand on it. And the ball deflected out of play, costing Jeff at least a triple. Anything that goes out of play along either foul line is considered a ground rule double. And Jeff goes hard to the gap in left center. Jeff is easily going to get to second. So Mastari, he's been heating up recently.
All right, one more time, Chris.
Jeff missed a couple of weeks with a little tendonitis, but he seems like he's back in the saddle. He's hitting a lot of fly balls. Now he's starting to hit everything on the line.
You're flying.
So 2 outs here for Chris Lentine.
Shortstop's way away. You just got that guy. You're good. You're good.
And Chris hits a ground ball to Oakley, and he makes the play. So they get Chris Lentine for the 3rd out. And we head to the bottom of the 3rd, still 3-0.
Hey, pick me up. Pick me up. Let's go hit. Pick me up.
Joe, get these bats rolling. Hey, Donnie, you know what ball I like here, right?
I want to say back in the North-South when these teams played, 45s were up 4-2. Right around the 3rd or 4th inning, Casanos hit a big 3-run homer, and then Hex went nuts after that and ended up winning the game
Donnie, let's go, buddy.
by a big score. So it's going to be Donnie Sullivan.
Come on, Donnie.
And then at the top of the lineup,
Come on, Donnie.
I'd like to thank Sweet Buzz, our anchor, corporate partner for the Chicago Summer Series. And Donnie, a little chopper. Mastari's going to have to hurry. And Adam Haas dropped the ball.
Good start, Donnie.
So Jeff threw a strike. It was a good throw. Looked like Adam got handcuffed and he's grabbing a finger. Nothing worse than playing first base with a damaged digit. So leadoff man on. Sweet Buzz, they sell infused products. If you're an adult and you use them, check them out. Talk to Nick Drabel from Money.
Let's go, Kurt.
Please use them responsibly. So here's Curtis Osler. Curtis hit a line drive while we were making sure the tablets were okay. And the Curtis drives it into the alley.
Come on, Donnie.
Donnie Sullivan hustling to 3rd. They'll hold him with nobody out. So Curtis Ostrom, he struggled a little bit in that game yesterday we streamed, but 2 good swings today. And it brings up Mark Holstein. So Heck's in a good position here to jump back in here. As the guys say today, checking in.
Go, Mark. Let's go, Mark.
Okay. All right.
Big Al Rice on deck. And Israel Sanchez being very careful with him. And Mark launches it. Right fielder gets there. Curtis will jog into second. So Holstein gave it a ride, but the right fielder was already playing deep. Mike Marola camped under it. Meanwhile, Hex breaks the seal, and they make this a 3-1 ball game. And now there's a ball off of Israel. Al hustling, diving. Israel Sanchez tapped it to first, and they get Al Rice. And we'll take a look here on the replay. Hopefully I got it. My glasses fell off.
Let's go, Rob.
That was a great play. Al Rice hit a bullet. And I don't know what Al did there. He was really hustling. And Israel's grabbing a little water. He got a face full of dirt there.
Senior citizen timeout. You good? Good?
And Israel is old school. He didn't even dust himself off. Great effort. First he lost the ball. He didn't know where it was at. And then he just
Hey, let's go, Rob.
lunged
Come on, make the inning.
and
Let's
just
go.
slapped
Stay
it
hot.
with the palm of the hand. And
Stay
they
hot.
get Al Rice by half a step. Big out there.
Sorry, Rob.
And I don't know, maybe Al cramped up. He's in the outfield, I think. And Scahill grounds out. So they're already a little thin in that outfield position. Al trying to walk it off. We'll head to the fourth. 3-1.
Hey,
And look at this, we do.
hey, you come here.
Okay, there we go. So, top of the fourth, I hit the wrong button trying to get the. Again, folks, I apologize. I mean, I got so much glare work in here that I can't really see the buttons, and I don't have exactly what you call dainty fingers. So this game is moving along pretty quick due to the lack of offense. And it is 4-4 in the 4 down there. So I can tell you money line and flash is tied. Can you see where the little dot is on the scoreboard?
I want to say.
So here's Jimmy Moretti leading off.
Nice, Jimmy.
So both pitchers doing a pretty good job when you consider all the offensive firepower on the field right now. As we're approaching the halfway point. And Jimmy a little cut, and Curtis can't get it, and it bounces over. And Jimmy Moretti is going to end up getting a solo homer. Curtis was a heartbeat away from catching it. Didn't get his hands up. And the ball bounced over the top of him. And Jimmy Moretti ends up with a home run. He may need a little oxygen too. But and Curtis is a good outfielder. Normally he's very good. If he can't get there, he will block the ball. But that ball bounced over the top, and then it rolled. So here's Kevin Noss, the extra hitter. Everything going 45's way so far. And Noss, a little chopper to Kimmer, big Sunday hop. And that's out number 1. And they have made a change. They've put young Brandon Bartleman in right field for Al Rice. And I don't see Al anywhere, so I don't know where or what he's doing. He is walking around over there. And Mike Marola. Al went to get some water and Gatorade. Hopefully it was a cramp and not a pull. And he's walking not too bad, but that doesn't necessarily tell you the whole story. Al is a pretty tough kid, so jockeying here a little bit. Marola right up the elevator shaft. Rory Oakrey taking charge, and he makes the play. Here's Adam Haas. We'll have to keep an eye on him. He kind of hurt a finger, and we'll see how it affects the swing, if at all.
Johnny, straight up. Good.
And when the wind's blowing out, Adam's more of a line drive type of hitter. Every once in a while, if you're really short, he might try to go over the top, but it's not really his forte. And there, line drive, and Oakrey Another great play. That was awful close. It looked like Greco might have recovered there. Umpire said he did not. So with 2 outs, brings up Villarreal. And Okri actually, he got to that ball. It was smoked. And he was going to throw it, and then he kind of had to hesitate. He had to let his first baseman get to the bag. And then when he did try, and that's down, Villarreal slaps it right down the line. And that'll bring up Izzy Sanchez.
Wow.
And if I do have one criticism of Mike, sometimes he'll get out on that front foot instead of straddling. And Israel throws it to the gap, and Donnie Sullivan with the rolling catch robs Israel and keeps the score at 4-1. So we'll try this one more time.
Come on. All the way back to Kirkison. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Hit our ball. Come on.
And I don't think we're going to see it. I'm sorry, folks. So we're back live, bottom of the 4th, halfway through, 4-1, 45.
Hey, we're halfway through this game. Let's not walk through this game. Let's go.
So it's going to be
Let's not make it harder on ourselves. Go. Come on. Later in the
Stay up here.
Mike Greco,
Let's go. Wake
Nick
up over here.
Casano,
Fucking dead. Let's go.
and Richie Battistoni.
Come on, somebody lead us here.
This is the inning. Go. Go. This is our inning. Let's go.
Somebody take charge of this game. Let's go.
These games do change in a hurry. I'm trying to get shade here. Greco. Well, pitcher's doing a good job despite the wind. They haven't walked anybody. There's a ground ball. Villarreal, smooth as silk, about 2 feet on the grass. Got a nice little belt-high hop.
Come on, Nick. Break time to break out right now, okay? What do you say?
Come on, Casano.
So here's Nick Casano with Richie Battistoni on deck.
Come on, Freeze.
And there's a ball hit right up the middle. So Casano's.
On that middle.
And now he sees they're slow and he keeps running.
They're sleeping. Let's go.
So Chuck Regaldo, I don't know what happened there. He didn't throw it in right away. And then he was throwing it short to a cutoff man on the grass, and Casano's just was sneaky. That was sneaky. He just kind of kept inching there. Then he dropped the hammer, shifted into another gear, and got there.
I saw Rich.
So here's Battistoni, RBI opportunity, and Richie gets under it, and Anthony makes the catch. Casano, so now they're going to throw behind, and he gets underneath. He tried to do the old Bobby Rush Jr. Phantom tag, didn't work, and he slided in underneath. So Richie was trying to go hard and deep, popped it up. So now it's up to,
Hey, nice and level.
Hey, let's go, Rory.
so now it's up to Rory to try to get something going, and he grounds back to Israel. So despite the Casano's heroic base running, they can't take advantage of it. And we will go to the top of the 5th, still 4-1. I gotta tell you, considering the fact that
Let's go. Go, get up here, fellas.
so we're cruising along, this game is flying by. And we're get another cloud passing by, which is nice. So we'll try to get a better angle. I've been jockeying on you guys all day. So it's going to be the bottom and then the top. Chuck Regaldo, Sanchez, and Mercado. 5th inning. If either one of these teams was winning the game, it wouldn't be a surprise, but I think the score is at 4-1. And again, neither team really trying to hit the ball to right field. And that's where the chaos has been happening all day. And you get anything up in the jet stream, right center to the right field line, it's been carrying. Now the outfielders are playing deep. And there's a ground ball right to Casanos, and he'll make the play. So Nick Casanos, hex infield, with the exception of the one ball that handcuffed Scahill, has been pretty solid. And here's Sanchez. And he goes the other way, and Scahill cradles it, makes the catch. So, again, Rob is pretty quick. And for an infielder, he's got some deceptive range. So 2 up, 2 down here. 45's in jeopardy of having like a 3-pitch inning. And Nate swings, hits it down the line. That's going to drop. Bartleman, a left-handed thrower, and Nate slams the brakes on. And he just gets back. I don't know if Nate knew that Bartleman was a left-handed thrower, but he got there quick. 5-4. So
Dirty outside. Dirty outside.
Okay, so money line winning 5-4. They're the home team down there. That game is in the 5th. And money line hitting. And here's Mastari, been barreling up today and all weekend. I did. He claimed that he got me, but I'm deaf in one ear, baby. You can't tell me that from the parking lot. So, might have seen Richie waving his hands. He wants Brian Sloan to keep that ball high. Because if you're belt high to maybe knee high, that's do not disturb. And with Nate Mercado at first and 2 outs, he's going to be wheeling on the swing. Big secondary for Nate. And Jeff got underneath that one. Ostrom calling it, and you saw he had to continue to run towards center. And again, I don't know if this tree is showing up, but it's blown pretty high at the top of the trees. And they got a lot of trees around here, so no matter where you are in the outfield, you got a tree that's a good indicator, not far from you. So bottom of the 5th, 4-1. Heck's looking for something to get him going here. It's going to be Nick Kimmer, I believe. It could be Rory Oakley. No, it is. It's Kimmer, Sloan, and Sullivan. Bottom of the 3rd. This is one of those games where you're in a dogfight. You'd like to have your bottom chip in. Because when your bottom starts chipping in, everybody else gets fired up.
Hey, you saw it. Time you saw it now. You saw it. Let's make a play somewhere.
And Kimmer, a little weird swing. Chuck started toward the gap, and he did a little nifty dance move to get there. So it might be, I can't tell, there's a poll there. I think it's 6-4 money line. And they're going to head into the 6th inning. Flashback, one of those teams that had a start today at 10 a.m. playing their 4th game of the day. And so Eric Nedzilla pinch hitting, and he hits a fly ball. So Nidzilla hit for Sloan, and it brings up Donnie Sullivan. So this game has turned into a defensive struggle. Who'd have thought? Of course, both these teams pretty rock solid. And when Mikey Oliver's in the outfield, their outfield's really tough. And Donnie, but right at, so quick inning for the 45s defensively, and we're going to head now to the top of the 6th.
Let's go, fellas. Let's go.
We're coming.
So if you're a Hex fan, you're not happy about the score, but the good news is if you can keep it here in the bottom of the 6th, you're going to have the top of your lineup coming up. So again, we are live from Bulger Park, Melrose Park, Illinois, for the 2025 SSA Midsummer Classic, third leg of the SSA Chicago Summer Series. And we've only had one champion so far because there was rain at the north-south. They haven't completed it.
Hey, keep it right here. We go hit.
No chance of rain in the forecast today.
Keep it right here. We go hit.
So at some point tonight, we'll have our second champion of the summer. Signature is out, so no chance of them being a repeat. And Chris Lentine leading off. Jimmy Moretti and Kevin Noss.
Boy. Come on, work, be slow. Let's go, work, kid. Hey, let's go.
They've got Joe Pauly listed on the lineup card. Having trouble seeing into the dugout with the glare, but that's going to be way foul. And we're getting to that point in the game where we might see Joe enter for defense. Joe, a terrific infielder. And right now, I think 45's already a good hitter, but he was a good infielder back in the day. But right now, and Sullivan puts it away. But at this point in Jimmy's career, you put him at short center, that's a tall order. But they haven't really been able to kind of challenge him to see if he can get to anything right or left yet. So here's Brian Sloan.
Hey, let's go, Sloan.
Pitching a pretty good ball game. And Israel pitching a great game for the 45s.
How's Brandon out there and right? He's looking over there.
Kevin Noss on deck. And he does try to go that way. Oakrey isn't going to get there. And that's a fair ball. And Moretti will jog into second. So again, because of the wind, we talked, the cutters and the pushers love it when the wind's blowing out. The outfield has to move back a little bit, but Jimmy, not a guy known for launching the ball to right field. And even with the wind, Brandon was not only deep, but off the line. And here comes Kevin Noss. Kevin, kind of an unknown. We have a rule where if you have open space on your roster, and there's a little roller, Casanos, and nice job by Greco, hat spun around. Mike didn't want to take the chance that the umpire was going to call him off, so at the last minute he reached up and tagged the runner. And his hat got spun around on his head. Now he's cleaning his sunglasses.
Hey, stand there, Mike! Hey!
That was a nice play by Greco.
He's also fucking nice.
And it brings up Mike Marola. And Mike's a good example because Mike can go hard on occasion.
Lock it. Just like this.
And he's also a good cut push guy. He's not the tallest kid, but rock solid if you see him without a shirt on or a Dago tee.
Hey, let's go. Your time here, 7. Here you go, 3-2. Here you go, 3-2.
Mike used to wrestle and coach wrestling.
Stay aggressive.
And there he punches it down the line. Fair ball. 45s. And Brandon Bartleman gets it in quick again. And I like that Brandon. Defensively, he's pretty good. Covers a lot of ground. And the only question is, how fast will he take to the offensive side?
Hey, we needed 5 anyway. We needed 5 anyway to win. Let's go.
So let me change, already changed the score, 5-1. And Adam Haas goes the other way and drops foul.
Hey, B, shut it down now, okay? Let's go.
So again, top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th on the other diamond, flashback down a pair to money line. Money line's been amazing. They've been playing short quite a bit this year, and they're hitting the ball. Just very gritty is the best way to describe how they're winning some of these games. Of course, Matty Doze and Patty Caputo, a couple of pretty sharp knives in the drawer. Doing a good job, and that team has just got a good mindset to it. And Haas, a little roller to Casanos.
Let's go, boys. Got to hit.
We go bottom of the 6th, 45's tack one on. Top of the Hex lineup coming up. Ostrom, Holstein, and I see Al Rice kind of stretch him. I don't know if they got anybody on the bench.
Little life here, little life.
Take a swing. They already used Nitzella. They do have Connor Lett, number 7, and Kyle Schluter. So they got 2 guys available. If Al Rice can't go, but he's moving around pretty good. I got a feeling that was more of a cramp than a pull.
Hey, let's go, Kurt. Starts with you, Kurt. Starts with you. No, it's 5 to win, 6 to tie. Let's go. Starts with you, Kurt.
So again, you're in the bottom of the 6th, and if you're Hex, you'd love to turn this game on its head.
Come on, Kurt.
Because with the 45's struggles on Sunday, if you hit them with 6 or 7 here, it'll be interesting to see how the 45's act in the top of the 7th. And I don't normally say that because they got guys that have been there, done that. And Ostrom, one hopper, Nate a little bobble. So Curtis hitting the ball right on the screws today. Nate got a hard one hopper. Looked like he might have hit underneath that ball, so it might have had that weird underspin instead of overspin. It brings up Holstein now. He tried to go real deep the last time. I think Mark's just going to throw a line drive out somewhere. And there he slaps it to Villarreal. He got a little hop. So I think Mark was really trying to hard cut that over first, and he beat it into the ground. So here's Al Rice. Rob Scahill on deck.
Good eye.
Might be 7-4 down there now, money line. And Al off the end of the bat. Chuck makes the catch. Curtis will get to third.
Rob, let's go, 5-2. Stay hot.
2 outs,
Stay
it
high,
brings
Rob,
up
come on.
Scahill.
Go after 2, Rob.
Come on, Rob.
Gotta pick it up, guys. Come on.
Come on, let's go, Rob.
Stay hot, Rob. Come on, reward me with a breather.
So I think a lot of times when you're used to scoring a
Never
lot
you,
of
Rob. Never
runs
you. Come on, Rob.
Kid, let's go.
and you struggle a little bit, guys get a little out of what they normally do. Scahill hard. Villarreal safe. Scahill, the lefty, beats it out. And Hex gets what they call in hockey a grimy goal. Villarreal got to that. Moretti tried to, but got past him. Villarreal way up the middle. Tried that long hop throw. Was no good. Here's Greco, and he slaps one to Villarreal. And Adam Haas can't teach height or length. Kept the toe on the bag. We're going to head to the 7th. Hex does crawl a little bit closer as they cut it to 3. And it's 5-2. So looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th, if you're a Hex fan, it should be Casanos, Battistoni, and Rory Okri. But first things first. It's going to be Danny Villarreal, Israel Sanchez, and Chuck Regaldo, the bottom third of the 45 lineup here. So you're down 3 here in the 7th if you're Hex, but it's better than being down 4. And they've moved to the top of the 7th. Flashback losing, I believe that's 7-4 to Moneyline. So Flashback at that score hold, they will have a 2nd place finish at the TOC and a 4th place finish here at the Midsummer Classic. And Villarreal off a Sloan, he's going to be on base. So Brian got a hand on that. That would have been a clean base hit. Casanos was on the other side of the bag.
Hey, make sure one here.
With 2 outs, it looks like Flash got a couple of base runners. So they do bring the tie into the box. Here's Israel, and he hits one in the gap. Villarreal's going to score. Israel Sanchez, helping his own cause, gets that run right back. And they go up 6-2. And here's Chuck Regaldo, still nobody out here. And I don't know who they got. They have anybody to run. I don't believe they hit for Izzy in this game. There's something going on down there. I think Flash might have just hit a 3-run homer to tie it at 7. So 2 outs, 7-4. Flashback gets a 3-run homer to tie the game. The last 3 outs are so hard to get in tournament softball. And they got to be running on fumes.
There you go, there you go.
4th game of the day in the heat.
Hey, let's go, boys, let's go.
Missing a couple of the superstars. And Chuck, a little roller to Kimmer. Long throw, no chance. So now you got the top of the 45's lineup. Nobody out, run in, 1st and 2nd, chance to open this thing up. There's another base hit, so Flash starting to all of a sudden swing the bats down there. And here's Anthony Sanchez.
Hey, liner through!
Good. Good.
This has been a really, really nice performance to this point by the 45s. Their
Hey, let's go.
defense.
Slow work back.
Danny Villarreal must have 7 or 8 assists at second. He's been the busiest guy on the field. And Anthony goes the other way, and Sullivan makes the catch.
Cut.
And
Why not A?
Israel, a little bit of a courtesy tag, but he goes back. And now it's up to Nate Mercado. And again, I don't know if they got anybody on the on the bench or not. They're trying to count the bodies over there.
One.
And they may not have a sub, and that may be why Israel is running.
Come on, Nate.
They burned Larry Downs earlier in the game, and Izzy's got such good control of the ball game that if he ran for Izzy, you don't want to take Israel out. Jimmy Moretti is a backup pitcher. I don't see J-Rob over there.
There you go.
Jeff Mustari on deck. It's a tough spot here for Hex, trying to keep it at a 4-run lead. And Nate goes, and that's trouble. Al Rice isn't going to get there. 1 run is in. Here comes Chuck.
Right there.
And so a little flare by Nate Mercado down the line. Al Rice had to play him a little deeper with that wind, and it drops. So 45s have pushed a couple across. Biggest lead of the game at 5. Meanwhile, Flashback is taking the field with an 8-7 lead.
One out.
So they dropped 4 on money line in the top of the 7th. We'll keep an eye on it and see if they hold on. Here's Mustari, and he rifles one just foul. And that would have scored 2 more. So the 45's just playing a beautiful ball game here. Defense has been on point. They have not given Hex any openings. And a couple of the little openings 45's got, they pushed a run in.
One out.
And Jeff goes to center. And that's going to score a run. And
He bobbled it. You go.
he bobbled it. 2 runs going to score on the double tag. It's Donnie Sullivan bobbled a high, long, deep fly ball. And the 45's have broken this one open. At 9-2. Again, if you're Hex, you're not out. You'll be getting the winner of the ball game on the other end. Of course, Flash now nursing a 1-run lead against a team that's been hitting them. It looks like they got the leadoff man out down there. So here's Chris Lentine now. 2 outs, nobody on. And Chris just fouled down the right field line.
Good work. Shirts? Yep. That's 100%. I don't use them for construction. Go quick. Yep. They don't even fucking do anything.
This is a brutal time of the day. Both teams not spending a lot of energy screaming and yelling. And there goes Moneyline. They do have a base runner. And there's a ground ball to Kimmer. Little bobble, no chance with the lefty running.
That's what you get for lipping off, Ram. we got two.
So 1 out, 1 on down there. Moneyline trying to come back in the bottom of the 7th after giving up 4 in the top. Brings up Jimmy Moretti. Jimmy's got a home run and a double in the game. And again, you've already given up some runs here. If you're Hex, you got to get out of this inning. And Donnie Sullivan dropped the ball. 10th run score, he got there, and all of a sudden, he just dropped the ball. Hit him right in the midsection. And that part of right center field has been a Bermuda triangle. Brings up Kevin Noss, another runner in scoring position. 45 is firmly in control now at 10-2. 2 outs down there, 8-7. Runner still on first for Moneyline. Can't see who's hitting. And there's a shot. Nice play by Casanos, who's had a nice ball game. Tell you, Casano and Rory Okrie, the 2 Sauce kids, have been magnificent defensively. So a do or die, bottom of the 7th, 8 to continue the game, 9 walks and off. Anything less than the 45s will head to the championship. And I'm just gonna line drive or back to Jibs, throw to first. And flashback survive. A little ground ball up the middle there. Jeff Hernandez snagged it, and they nipped the runner at first. So flashback down 3 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, got a 3-run homer. Then they tacked on a run, and they survived Moneyline 8-7. And they'll be walking down here and have to get ready to play a 5th game today. So Moneyline will finish 4th in the Midsummer Classic. And Casanos, a little roller, for out number 1. And they will be playing Hex. So Richie Battistoni here. If you're the 45s, you're just counting outs, trying to take outs off the board. And Richie, high fly ball, that's going to be out number 2. Again, 45s. This is what we're used to seeing out of them, the smothering defense and timely hitting, doing the right thing. And they got a break here that Danny Villarreal, who's played a magnificent game at second base, has been getting a lot of action. And Rory keeps the game alive.
Boy, come on, come here.
That's all you can do if you're X. You just got to keep hitting the ball. Hope you get a walk thrown in, maybe an error, and you hope you can just get going. But they never had that moment in the game where something really good happens for you and you just get fired up and everybody jumps on the train. And there's a big hop, Mastari, long throw, and that'll do it. So the 45s will play for the title. They defeat Hex 10-2. Little revenge for the North-South. And I'm sure the Hex guys are a little disappointed. So there we go. So we're down to 3. 45s, Hex and Flashback. We'll be back.